Hey, what's going on, everybody? Echo Side Fiend here, back once again for the first time in over 2 months. I think it's been about 2.5 months since I've been on here to make a video. I believe that is the longest time that I've gone without making a video. And I'm going to say the same fucking excuse that I always say. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. My work schedule has been absolutely fucking bonkers. I've been being called in on almost all my days off on Wednesdays. Um, and then, of course, the holiday schedule for Thanksgiving. We have Thanksgiving and Friday off. So the holiday schedule starts 2.5 weeks before and runs for a week and a half after the holiday. And that is absolutely crazy. I've been going in early to try to get my truck loaded because all the trucks, all the routes are running. Where normally there's a few drivers off every day, but they're all running. So I was going in, getting into the plant no later than like 4:30 to get my truck loaded with anything that they were short when they loaded it the night before. I'd come in and find like a quarter of my truck loaded, and I'd have to do all the rest myself. And that was if we even had the product to begin with, and just crazy. During that whole time, I was basically coming home, hitting the gym, and then coming home, coming back from the gym and going, grab a shower and go right to bed. And it was just for a month, just constant. And then, like I said, getting called in on all my days off. During the non-holiday schedules, we have a ton of people off with COVID. Um, I would either get called in if I was on call, or on days I wasn't on call, they were just like, "Will you come in and run this, or run this 2-man route with somebody, and we'll have the helper do something else," and shit like that. It was just crazy, just constant. And then also in the right around the beginning of December, I got my booster shot and for the vaccine, and most everybody I know that's got that didn't have any issues, and I got it, and it fucking wiped me right the fuck out for days. And the week I got it on a Wednesday, I still worked Thursday and Friday, and that weekend I was supposed to go to Chicago with my roommate and her boyfriend, and then our another couple that are friends of ours. And it was for my roommate's birthday. Her birthday was like during her birthday was actually that I got my booster shot Wednesday. Her birthday was Thursday, and then we were all supposed to go to Chicago, and I didn't even go. I was like, literally, I was going to bed Friday night, and I told her I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. And she's like, if you don't, that's fine. And I woke up the next day, my voice was gone, and it was just awful. I was coughing and sneezing and sweating my ass off, and it lasted for like a week and a half too. Like the original vaccines didn't even hit me that hard, and I know it just affects everyone differently, but yeah, that was fucking crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought I would just get knocked out a little bit maybe, and that was it. And I got the shot, and within like 20 minutes, I was sweating, and I could feel the chills coming on and exhaustion and everything. I was like, well, it'll just last a couple of days, and it was like a week and a half, dude. And during that time, I like for like 3 or 4 days, I wasn't even going to the gym. I normally, get home from work, have a bite to eat, and go to the gym, and I would just come home, take a shower, have a bite to eat, and go right to bed. There was one night I slept for like 14 hours, and yeah, it was rough. So, and during that time, I had a Hollow Wicked review planned. I was gonna talk about Hollow Wicked and Fright Fest and show everything I got, and talk about the track, the Hollow Wicked track and everything. And I had it all like bullet pointed out on my tablet, and never even had a chance to sit down and do it. It's been obviously so long now. Probably not even gonna bother with it, but yeah, I had that planned and just couldn't even get around to it. It was just no time, and even if I did have time, then I didn't feel like it. Like well, I had the booster shot hitting me, and so yeah, that's pretty much the excuse why I've been gone for so long. But back at it, I will have a review of Yum Yum coming up pretty soon. I need to focus on it a little bit more. I've listened to it a ton, but it just while I haven't had a chance to like just sit down and absorb it in headphones. I've listened to it in my headphones at the gym or whatever while I'm running my route and stuff, but not being able to sit and focus on it and really draw it in. I take that back. The very first time I listened to it, I did follow through on in the lyric book and everything, but that was still just the first time, and I haven't had a chance to really sit down and let it like really sink in. But overall, I like the album a lot. But pretty soon, hopefully in the next few weeks, I will get a review up of it. So yeah, but during the time away, again, like I said, did pick up Yum Yum. Really like this a lot. I so far, I think I will say that still As far as the second deck, Bang Pow Boom is my favorite, and probably Mighty Death Pop after that. And I would say probably this after Mighty Death Pop. So, but it's a great album. I definitely recommend it. I know most everybody's probably listened to it, but also during that time when they had the Black Friday sale, finally pulled the trigger and got Walking Home. Of course, I got the beanie. That's just over there in my hat collection, and I do have the backpack, but I got that hanging up on my wall over there. But so I got the comic book and the CD as well. I was debating getting this or not because that price was at what 117 or was it 125? Yeah, 117 I think it was just a little too much for me. With I know you get a lot of stuff, but I'm like that's not adding up to 117, and I get they got to make some profit on it too, but for just a one track CD, I was like I can't do that. But then I listened to it and I really liked it. You know, I liked the track, and then of course when he started talking about that the following days as he puts them out will be a game. They put the board together and the pieces. I was like, oh, that sounds so cool. And I'm like, I don't want to get the other ones and not have this one. I know this doesn't have any of the pieces or anything, but I'm like, if I got the collection and I don't have those, or don't have this, but have the other ones, is what I meant to say. I'm like, that's going to drive me nuts. So I ended up getting this on Black Friday, and I got to give a huge shout out to the guys at Deck One Delt, Keezy and Carver, because I was watching one of their streams. I don't even remember what they were reviewing, but they were, I was just listening to it on my way to work, and it would have been the Monday following Black Friday, so like the Cyber Monday as everybody calls it. And they're the ones that mentioned in their stream that they had the sale going on. It never even dawned on me to look. And they were like, yeah, everything's 50% off. And Keezy was actually scrolling through, and he goes, look at right there, you can get Walking Home 50% off. And I'm like, holy shit. And I just had it like playing, or just, I was driving to work, so I had it playing over the Bluetooth, in my car. And as soon as they said that, I pulled into the parking lot and went and ordered it before I even went in. So huge shout out to them for pointing that out, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have even seen that. And eventually I would have bought it and probably ended up spending the 117 on it. So also, while I was gone, I did pick up the Rude Boys book. I just read the introduction on it so far, but I'm finishing another book that I'll show here in a second, and then I'm gonna get to this. But I just kind of read the introduction just to kind of see how the writing style was and everything, and it looks like it's going to be really good, really well written, and I'm really excited to get into this. Really excited to hear his story, and I know they said it's kind of something where you can kind of jump around by chapters, or you can read it straight through. So it sounds like it's going to be really cool. So I'm really excited to check this out. I ordered it right when Rude Boy said they were available. So pretty excited to get into the rest of that. And the book that I am finishing, I'm only about halfway through, also picked up during this my absence, is John Moxley's book, Mox. I was actually not really planning on picking this up. I like John Moxley, but I just wasn't like super interested in like his career really before WWE or anything like that. And then I was listening to a Talk Is Jericho that he was on. And he was talking about it and talking about how much work he put into it. Not the biggest book, he obviously doesn't have a huge career already, but as he was talking about the different things that he's done and everything, I knew like his hardcore wrestling background and everything, but as he's talking about it, I was like, man, I bet that actually would be a really good read, So I got it on Amazon, and it was only like $15 or whatever hardcover. So I was like, well, might as well get it while I can get the hardcover. So I got to finish that, and then I'll be starting Rude Boy's book. Like I said, I read the introduction so far, but starting its story. And speaking of books, I know I ordered this a while ago, but I just want to talk about. I never was able to finish this. I got to page 87. The grammar in here is so bad I couldn't even fucking read it. It was like, and I know he said that on the talk show, which is when I ordered it, the Tom Dubb, when he was on there. But there was so many sentences I'm having to read like 5 times. I'm like, what the fuck does that say? And like I said, I got to page 87, and I literally was like reading. I was like, I'm done. I just put it down. I'm glad to have it in my collection, and I probably will give it another shot. Because I think his story sounds so good, but I just couldn't get around to, or just couldn't get myself through the bad grammar, and I know he pointed that out, but so yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll get to it sometime, but I'm gonna finish Moxley's book and then start Rude Boys. I also have it obviously hasn't come yet, but I did order that Blaze Underground Nation magazine, where it's going to have the story about his the 20 years of One Less G in the Hood. I did order that but they, it said it would be, a couple weeks before it would even ship, and I just ordered it a couple days ago. But when that comes, I will do an unboxing. So, in other news, during the absence, 2.5 month absence, I did finally hit 500 subscribers. I think I'm at 504 now, so that's pretty exciting. I wasn't even expecting to get maybe a couple hundred subscribers, just with I don't have a whole lot of talent as far as like editing and all this. Only just a little while ago figured out how to put photos in these and everything. But I think I have a lot to say, and I think I, for the most part, speak pretty well. I know I say a lot, but I've tried to try not to, but I do. So I'm going to try to do a giveaway. I'm going to try to come up with some way to, and I shouldn't say I'm going to try to do a giveaway. I'm planning on doing one, but I just got to try to come up with some way to do it. But I don't really know what I'm going to give away yet, but I've got a lot of doubles of DVDs and CDs back here, so maybe I'll put together like a CD and DVD combo or something, and try to come up with something. I might reach out to like DC Fago guy and see if he has some ideas of something I could do, because I know he does a lot of giveaways, so... but we'll see. So I will definitely make a video about that, and everybody's welcome to join in, and I'll figure out, and I'll obviously announce what the prize will be, but I will get around to that. So, otherwise, as far as today being a Friday, obviously I have the day off. We, because Christmas falls on Saturday, I think most businesses are like this, so if the holiday falls on a Saturday, we have Friday off. If it falls on Sunday, we have Monday off, so... this week and next week, I'm working just Monday, running my Monday and Tuesday route on Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, which I normally have off, running my Thursday. Then Thursday running my Friday. And then, of course, having Friday off. So today I'm just sitting around. My roommate had to work still because she works in retail. I'm actually think I'm going to go see Ghostbusters tonight. We have a movie theater right across the street. And they are still open today, and they're open. Obviously, most, as far as I know, all movie theaters open up, late, for the evening on Christmas Day, because I usually go see a movie on Christmas Day. But there is Ghostbusters Afterlife showing. There's a couple of them, and there's one at like 5:30, so I think I'm going to go to that. I've been hearing a lot of good about that, so pretty much thinking about. I haven't 100% decided on that, but I think I'm going to do that later because I've heard it's really good. And then. As far as the weekend, and back to work on Monday, and then like I said, Monday through Thursday, and then New Year's Eve on Friday. Got that off, and I have bought a ticket for the ICP New Year's Eve show. Bought one a couple days ago. I was planning on going when it was on Christmas, because as far as my family, my mom and dad don't want to do extended family Christmas with my mom's sister, who actually lives right around the corner from my apartment. They're my aunt and uncle. They live like it's from my parking lot here to their driveway is like 3 minutes, so that works out really good. But with the pandemic and everything, my folks are not comfortable having going over there. I believe my aunt and uncle are vaccinated and everything, but then they have 3 kids who are all married, and they all have kids, and so by the time we all get over there, like me, my brother, my mom and dad. They, like I said, they have 3 kids. I have 3 cousins. They each are married, and I think they have together, all between all of them, they have like 8 or 9 kids and stuff. So it ends up being a ton of people. And my mom's just not comfortable with that right now. So we didn't do it last year, obviously. And then I asked her, I'm like, are we doing Christmas at my aunt and uncle's? And my mom's like, I don't think so. So the Christmas show had been announced, so I told her, I'm like, well, then I'm gonna buy a ticket for this concert that I want to go to on Christmas, and she's like, yeah, go ahead, we're not planning on it. So at first I was planning on it, and then they announced the ticket price, and I was just like, that's a little too pricey when you don't know what the weather is gonna be. I'm like, I don't want to buy the ticket and then the day comes and it's a fucking blizzard, and not be able to go. If it was like $30 or $40 and then we can't go, that's one thing, but this was a little too pricey, so I decided not to. And then this was getting a little closer. I'm like, yeah, I think I actually want to. And so I ran it past a friend of mine who has never seen ICP before, but she's watched a bunch of the live performances with me and on the Patreons and all that. And she's always dug ICP. I've known her for years, and she's always dug him, but she was not like super into him. And I never seen him live, so I was like, hey, would you want to go to this show? And somehow, some way, she works in the veterinary field, and she had the weekend off. She works at an emergency pet hospital, and she somehow had the weekend off. You know, she's like, yeah, I'll go to that. So I made a hotel reservation and everything, and then before I bought the tickets, then they announced it was moved to New Year's, and so I was like, hey, can you do New Year's? And she has to work the whole weekend, so I canceled the hotel, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go, and then I'm thinking like, yeah, I want to, and then I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to. Yeah, no, I want, just bouncing back and forth, and so finally I just ran it past Crazy McCormick, and he's like, yeah, I think, and he's like, after I get some bills caught up, he's like, I should have the money for it. And then a day or two later, he's like, yeah, I just bought a ticket. And I'm like, cool, I'll buy one myself. So right after I talked to him, I went and bought one, and we are fucking going. So we're just going to go and come back the same night. Um, but I know they said the show will be done by like, I think it sounded like they said 11:30 or so, but then you could stay and party and everything. But if I'm driving, I'm not gonna drink. I'm gonna have a couple beers over there, but and Crazy doesn't even drink at all. So we pretty much were like, well, shit, when the show's done, let's just fucking hit the road and head back. So and having Friday off, it's not like I'll have been up at 4 in the morning. So I'm gonna sleep in a little bit, and then we'll just drive back. And Crazy's like, oh, he's like, I'll stay up. I'm not gonna fall asleep or anything. So he's like, we'll stay up and talk and everything. I'm like, cool, I'll be fine. I'll just grab a couple sodas for the ride home, and I'll be good to go. So definitely excited about that. So if you're going to be out there, we're planning on being there. Um, Only thing that kind of pissed me off about it was I want to go to the show, and then I was like, well, I'll watch the concert the next day that they show on Twitch, and now they're saying that they're canceling all the rest of the shows because they're moving to a studio, and so they're like, yeah, so we're not going to do broadcast the concert. Now, why they still can't do that, I don't know. They don't need a studio for the fucking concert. All they need is cameras, so I don't know why they're not going to do that. But I don't know. That's what they decided, so whatever. And as far as them switching to Twitch, I think it's pretty cool. I'm not super familiar with Twitch. I know people are saying you have to pay to rewatch them, but so far for me, I was able to click on the ones that did air and they played just fine, and I never fucking paid for anything. So I don't know exactly how all that's working. Also, when I subscribed to them, it said something I did it through my Amazon Prime, so I guess maybe they're no, because I've looked at my payment statement and there's no uh, charges to my account. So I don't know what the hell is going on there. People are saying like you got to pay to rewatch and all this stuff, but I don't know. So I don't know how all that works, but so far I do like the user interface of Twitch better than Patreon. I didn't like the Patreon. One of the Patreon didn't have a streaming button where Twitch does for the Chromecast, and so I like that a lot better. But we'll see as they get farther into it and doing more of their shows. But so far, I've liked that Twitch switch, I guess you could say. But I do wish they would still broadcast the New Year's Eve show, because I would be willing to bet a lot of people were planning their New Year's Eve party around that too. So a lot of juggalos were probably planning on having that on while they're having a party. Again, I'm gonna be there, but then I thought like, well, I'll watch it the next day from the camera's perspective. That'd be pretty cool. And now they're not doing it. So anyway, yeah, it's been about pretty close to 20 minutes here that we've been on. So again, sorry I've been gone for so long, if anybody even cares. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get back at it again. A little more full force. I will have a Yum Yum Bedlam review coming up soon. I will figure out a giveaway for my 500 subscribers, and I will definitely make a video about that, showing what I'll give away, and we'll go from there. So, but with it being tomorrow, Christmas, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, happy whatever you celebrate, happy everything to everybody. And I know I said this a couple of years ago, but I'm going to say it again. I'm just going to say happy holidays, because everybody, a lot of people celebrate different things. And as the angry video game nerd once said, if you got a problem with happy holidays, then happy shut the fuck up. So, as always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. This is Echoside Fiend, and I will catch you in the next one. And if you're going to be at the New Year's Eve show, keep an eye out and say hi. Too sweet.